filming, I think. Dude, this shirt looks pretty good. Like, I like this shirt. I feel like the Jeremy Wade, you know, that Fisher guy. All I gotta do is just be like 50, 60 something years old and have a British accent. Be like 6 feet tall. Well, I am 6 feet tall, so I'm not 6 feet tall, but like I'm essentially 6 feet tall. You know, I'm 5'11", I'm pretty sure. But it's like, that's basically 6 feet. There's really no difference. When I say I'm 5'11", I'm not saying like, oh, I round up to be 5. No, like if I were to round up, I'd be 6 feet. I'm under 6 feet, so I say 5'11". But that's a good height for a main character, you know. I used to be obsessed, when I was like 20, I used to be obsessed over like main character height and all. And main character height is 6'1", ultimately. If you're taller than 6'1", then you're too tall. But if you're shorter, then you're, well, it's like overcast. If you're shorter than 6'1", that's fine. Too short is like when you're 5'9", 5'10", that's too short. But I like this look, you know. I look like Jeremy Wade, a fucking like alpha male badass. What I like about River Monsters is, you know, he doesn't. I used to watch that show back in like the 10s. Like, what I like about it is how he doesn't kill the fish that he catches. He just lets them go, and that's how it should be. I mean, you're invading their home. They did nothing. They're not the aggressors. They're just minding their own business. All of a sudden, they're picked up, you know, by this fucking weird ape guy with a cool British accent. Yeah. But, you know, it's good to let him go. Like, no, bro, I'm not gonna kill you. That's disgusting. Especially when we can just easily synthesize food vegetarianly. Why do we have to kill fish? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't, you know. That's great. Having the fish and the apes be on the same team. It's camaraderie. It's communism, baby. We're watching a video about a sociology class about poverty. Poverty's weird. Like my slowly understanding of poverty, what it is. Poor. To me, it's just it's always been just an abstract word. I never really put much thought into what that is, but it's essentially just the lack of access to resources, and that's it. Lack of access to resources. That's poverty. It is interesting though how the English upper class, they're constantly inventing new words to use that distinguishes them theoretically from the lower class. They keep wanting to have newer, fancier words to speak. And it's just interesting though. That's a huge flaw with English, is the amount of useless synonyms that exist. Nah, bro, we don't need synonyms. Like, I'm advocating for a world language. I understand full well English is not the perfect language. But there needs to be some language. And I'll say preferably not English. Because English is terribly flawed. It's just... English is just horribly flawed. It's a horribly flawed language because, first off, the words aren't even pronounced the way that they're spelled, and second off, you have so many synonyms that are not necessary. Now, I know Spanish, like the feminization, masculinization of nouns, like table, why is the table feminine? It's stupid. That's obviously dumb. But we should try to make the most simplistic, most perfect language a global language. And obviously, it's not going to be the international language. I don't know the international language, because theoretically there exists one language that everyone speaks, but it's a discoverable language. It's not one that you invent, but one that you discover, theoretically. Hell, I was speculating there very well may be aliens who already know about us, who are waiting for us to understand. They're waiting for us to discover the concept of like international language or whatever. They're waiting for us to do that. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, I don't know how rare it is for a biosphere like this to just generate, but it would be fascinating. But then again, like with the whole alien things, I mean, it depends on how advanced your technology is. Because if your technology is advanced enough, you can get to the point where it's like you have your own simulations. You don't need the real world. You don't need zoos and whatnot. Damn. No. Right, comes, I used to be fucking terrified of driving, dude, when I was younger, bro. Shit. Dude, I remember like being in the car with my mom. I was late to driving. I got my license when I was 18, and I didn't get my car till I was 20. And I didn't have it, But it's just dumb, that the unnecessary hindering of one's life is stupid. It's dumb. But I remember like going with my mom, like, because I used to rely on my mom to get like, food for me and whatnot. Like, go through, if I want Dairy Queen, I'm like, Mom, can we go to Dairy Queen, whatever, And then I had to start doing that myself. I was like, oh, fuck that, I don't want to do that shit. But now it's just fucking easy. Like, to me, going into a Whataburger, it's just, it's adulting. I'm doing that shit without thinking about it. It's so simple for me. Blessed are the service workers. Theirs is the kingdom. Those who have to endure.
Thank you for jumping to the Whataburger. Did you like to try the buffalo ranch chicken strip sandwich today?
No. Hey, can I get a Just a Burger kids meal?
A Just a Burger kids meal?
Yeah.
Would you like cheese?
No cheese, but could I exchange the meat for vegetables only?
Yes, sir.
And can I also get a chocolate chip cookie with it?
And you say no cheese, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be mustard, lettuce, pickles, and onions, right?
Yeah.
With mustard?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what do you like with the drink today?
Can I get a large root beer with no ice?
Yes. blush, reveal with no eyes. And you say the cookie, right?
Yeah.
And what else for you today, sir?
And that's it.
Okay, so I have the kids meal, just a burger with no meat, with lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, and onions, a small salad, reveal no ice, and a chocolate cookie.
Yeah.
Would you like ketchup for your fries?
Yeah. Could you add a spicy ketchup?
Yes, sir. What else for you?
That's it.
A 12-second window.
Thank you. She's pretty nice. This would be a cool Whataburger. I don't know. I like this time. I like this weather. How it's like not sunny. I do worship the sun. It is the source of all of our energy, but ¿qué se puede esperar de un canal de historia americano? I don't know what the fuck that means. What's interesting about the Americas is Mexicans are brown, but South Americans are white. Well, they're kind of brownish, but they're white-ish. It's just strange. It's just weird how there's such a differentiation. With like, because like, I'm white, but half of me is Norwegian. The other half is English. So that's the source of my whiteness. You know. But it is weird though how the United States and Canada, I hate the United States, I mean, of America. It's complicated on what the United States is. I want there to be a United Nations. I want there to be that. United Nations. What I like about Kamala Harris is that she is not at all playing like the whole identity thing. She's not running on being a black woman or whatever the fuck. Like, that's so cringe. As soon as you start running on that, you lose my vote. I'm like, no, I don't want to vote for that. I'm sorry. I didn't like Hillary Clinton because I couldn't vote, but I didn't like. It was very unappealing how she ran on like the whole like girl boss, like feminism bullshit. Like, no, like, dude, there's like what you're running, like, it's so materialistic. I know who voted for Hillary Clinton because of her sex. They should not vote. Obama won in 08, not because of his skin color. I hate how people say, oh, he only won because he's black. No, he won because, for one, we just went through 8 years of a Jeffersonian president being George Bush, who, you know, the economy was in ruins. We had all this shit going on. So that's that. So it was refreshing to have a Hamiltonian, Obama, be in the White House. And also, he's extremely charismatic. Obama is extremely charming. He's extremely, not charming, but presidential. He just has that presidential look. Like, that's my president. Hell yeah. That's my chief. That's my leader. Like, he's the kind of guy you'd want to send the aliens to. Is Obama, because he's just got that swagger. You wouldn't want to send him to Trump. Trump is a fucking, he has the mindset of a child, dude. Like, he's so childish, dude. Like, I saw this video of him, like, he was in the Oval Office surrounded by a bunch of like Zionist people, and he was on the phone with Benjamin Netanyahu, and he was talking about how he's like, oh, I'm about to do this huge favor for you. This is Trump speak to Benjamin Netanyahu, and Trump's like, oh, I'm gonna do this huge favor for you. He's like, I bet Sleepy Joe wouldn't do this for you. And then Trump gave like this like smirk, expecting like praise from Netanyahu or something like that, and or like expecting Netanyahu to like criticize Biden or whatever. This is, I think, during the election, and Netanyahu just like, oh, Mr. President, we thank you, we're appreciative. He basically didn't fall into what Trump wanted. Trump, I mean, he's pay to play. He only does stuff if it benefits him. Like, he's so transactional. Like, I just despise that man, dude. I despise Trump. God damn it. I voted for him in 2020 because I was an idiot back then. I mean, Biden, don't get me wrong, Biden is probably... Trump has no principles. Biden has principles, but they're outdated. Biden's principles are like, oh yeah, he's a Zionist. And that's just... Being a Zionist is outdated. Like, no, there's no reason for anyone... Like, someone born in the 2000s, in this century, is less likely to be a Zionist than somebody born in the previous century, the 1900s. And that, you know, it's like young people are overwhelmingly progressive. They're not conservative.
You had the kids meal?
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be $8.12. There you go.
Thanks. I just, you know, like, think about Whataburger.
All righty, here you go, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll have to inspect it and see if there's no meat. I hope there's none, because I hate meat. I hate eating it. Like, I'm not a vegetarian. It's hard to explain what I am. It's hard to explain that. Like, I asked for no meat, and they're like, oh, you're weird. They're like, oh, you're a vegetarian? I'm like, well, not exactly. I mean, I'd like to be a vegetarian, but it's you know, I'm not there yet. It's a journey. It's hard to transition. And like for me, like I eat less mammals because I understand that I am a mammal and that mammals are a single species. You know, there just happen to be variants of that species. I understand that, and that's the reason I don't eat mammals. But at the same time, maybe I should be. I want to inspect the burger and ensure that there's no funny business going on. It's so weird how this city was named after the President of the United States. The only city in the entire country named after him, John Tyler. It's a big city, relatively speaking. I mean, it's not small. It's not like... I'm curious, what's the population of Frisco? That's not word. So the town I grew up in is called Frisco, Texas. And my parents, when they moved there, it was like a tiny ass town. Suburb of Dallas, obviously, but it blew up. And that's fine, I don't really care. I'm not spiteful. The point is, we need to... $1 extra for a big root beer? Hell yeah, that's not too bad. But like, I don't know. One thing that's so weird is like women, dude. there's this guy in my class. His name's Michael, and it's weird because like I'm pretty sure he's like one of those trans identifying people, and he's currently transitioning to being female or whatever. That's what I think. Personally, I'm fine with that. Like I want to live in a world without pronouns, without any segregation, any exclusion. I want the great society, one without exclusion or segregation or discrimination. That's the great society of the future. But it's because he's got like breasts. You can clearly see them protruding from his shirt. But his name's Michael, and he has like a deep voice. But his arms are shaven, and he kind of has a girly face, and he has long hair. It's just weird, bro, seeing that person like, alright, whatever. I want to acknowledge you for your humanity, not for your fucking gender. This dude was like, oh yeah, it's not, behind me was like, oh yeah, it's actually harder to change a leftist's mind. I'm like, I just started laughing. Because the great irony of that is, no, leftists, I'm like a communist. The thing about the Whataburger is it tastes fine. It tastes fine without the meat. Like, I'm eating it. I'm like, this ain't bad. Like, it really is not bad eating it without the meat. You can't, like, the meat, you don't even taste it. But, like, dude, it's so weird. Like, it's just so weird because like when I transitioned to being vegetarian, I used to eat tacos, and like, you know what, I don't want, I realized like it's just disgusting eating grounded up meat, like ugh. Completely ruins the whatever you're eating when there's meat in it, like ugh, you know. I like eating plants. I like that. And I wish they could make synthesized dairy products so we wouldn't have to have like cows for that, you know. Women's pelvises limit the size of the human brain. Get rid of women. If the existence of women hinder the progression of man, then get rid of women. Communist way of thinking. I was helping this girl. I went to class this morning. I look at the dashboard on Canvas. I'm like, fuck, I forgot to bring Scantrons. So I went to the bookstore, bought some, came back, and I gave her 3 of them. And, well, at the end of class, well, I came back, and it's funny because I was sitting down in the class next to this girl that I sat next to last time, and it was 3 minutes till class began, but the teacher came in. Like, hello, how's everyone doing? I'm like, shit. So I took all my shit and walked out. Came back probably like 13 minutes later. Like, oh hey, don't forget she told me like she wanted me to come up in front of the class to scan or to write my name down on the thing. So, but at the end of the class, I went up to the front to give her my Scantrons. And, there was a girl that was already up there talking to her. And she was trying to figure out how to screenshot on her MacBook. And I just jumped in and did it for her. I think it's Shift Command 3 or Shift Control 3 or Control Command 3 or whatever. I just did that and then I screenshot it. And she's like, oh yeah, it worked. And then it transitioned to her trying to find out how to find the picture and upload it. And then I was like, oh, it should be in your files. And she clicked it and found it, and the teacher's like, you know what? She gave me a high five. She's like, you know what? Pull out your pink sheet. I'm going to give you a point for helping a student or whatever. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I didn't do it for her. I just did it because, well, for one, I mean, why not? I know how to do it, so it's kind of cool helping someone, you know, it's kind of validating for me. But also because I was kind of like, hey, can you hurry up? It was more so like I just knew how to do it. So it feels good knowing how to do something on the computer and helping someone. It just makes you feel good. But I'm like, how do you have a MacBook but you don't know how to do this? I use the words population regulation. I use the word like population control. I prefer to use the term regulated copulation. Because the word copulation itself is, people aren't really attuned to what that word means unless you're like thorough and you know, unless you're astute in like biology. I am extremely privileged. I happened to be born to wealth. Not like tremendous wealth, but I'm not starving. I'm not struggling to survive. For example, when I was 20, my entire 20 year on this earth, pretty much, I was in my room just playing video games for an entire year, unemployed. And that was after I got my computer and a lot of shit went down. And, you know, I was also kind of coping from, like, when my dad died, and I was just kind of depressed. But, yeah. And also, I used to be scared of, like, people. I still am, but, like, I'm not an extrovert. I'm really introverted. And I was also in a car accident too. But like, okay, here's the thing that's weird about like women. Like, okay, here's the thing that's weird. It's like they have butts and legs. You want to like touch them. You see them in their like little yoga pants, and it's like skin tight, and you can see their curvature and their bodies. You just want to grab it and like. It's like that's a person's butt. Exclude the like, just take out the fact that a person happens to have a female reproductive system and all that. That's a person's butt. It's kind of weird doing that to someone's butt, don't you think? What the fuck's the speed limit, bro? Am I going too slow? I'm going 60. I guess I'm going a little slow. I was eating and talking. Soon I'm going to go 70. I feel like I'm taking too little classes. I need to take more classes. I don't know. Dude, I'm just glad the FAFSA shit went through. I think I had to pay those first 2 semesters I went, and I didn't know how FAFSA worked. And I was thinking I'd get the money back, which I don't think I will. It's kind of hard to understand it all. But this time I got for work. And my brother's like, oh no, the deadline's June 30th. You already passed it. I'm like, oh fuck. I know. Pay out of pocket to pay for classes, which granted, classes are cheap as fuck where I go at TJC. They're cheap. But still. But I got it. I just like, I thought like, oh, the FAFSA shit's just impossible. Like, it's actually crazy how this happened. Like, I took the spring semester off because I don't like college. I kind of regretted doing that. But I took the semester off. I was like, nah. My reason was I thought I was going to move to Nebraska with my brother, but he ended up coming down here. What was I saying? Oh yeah. But like out of a whim, I did the FAFSA thing, thinking I couldn't do it, and I, did all this shit, and it's just so much complicated. It's so damned complicated doing the FAFSA, because I've done it before when I went to DBU, and my aunt helped me out, and she knows how to do all that shit because she does it like professionally, like she's a counselor. God, I love my aunt, dude. She's nice. Aunt Inez. Oh man, she's so nice, dude. My aunt. She's so altruistic, and I should let this person pass, but now he can't. I just have a mess down there. So the other Whataburger that I could stop at is like way up here, but the problem with that Whataburger is there's no meat in here. Yes sir, dude. Hell yeah, look at that. It tastes fine with just vegetable shit. It tastes fine, it smells, it looks fine. Like, why can't we live in a world where we, instead of eating each other, let's eat plants, dude. It's a better system. Let's get it done. Come on. Like, I love it. It's fine. Why do I have to eat animals, dude? Like, once I understood, like, taxonomy and all this stuff, and biology and all that, like, I used to like tacos, but I realized, ooh, the meat just ruins it. Like, it just tastes, it's just weird. Like, you have all these vegetables. It looks good, And then you have, like, grounded up dead cow, who is a member of the mammal family. And you're just like, ugh. After I, understood this, I'm just like turned off by it. Like, bro, why do you gotta take something good and ruin it, Oh, bro, I don't like that. I don't like ruining. But this is food, man. This is. You even get more out of it when you get more out of this, because usually they just give you like a meat and like onions and that's it, or I mean pickles. It's just garbage though. But when you ask for like that was a juicy pickle. God damn. But when you ask like for veggies instead of meat, they get this sound like, oh, this dude's a vegetarian. They probably don't get that a whole lot. We're not that common. And they think it's like special, because usually like some places, some Whataburgers will let you get veggies with the junior burger. Some won't. But if you tell them like, hey, can I exchange the meat for veggies? They're like, oh, okay, because there's like you're a vegetarian. You're a vegetarian, and like you're not trying to cheat the system. You're just trying to be asked to be accommodated. That's kind of cool. But I'm proud, bro. I'm proud to say I do not eat mammal. Like that gives me pride. That's a lot, man. But I know one of these two lanes merge. I'm just not sure which one's the merger lane. Okay, so on Minecraft's such a weird game because it's the kind of game where you'll not play it at all, and then you'll go 2 weeks. You'll just binge it in 2 weeks. Then you'll go back to not playing, and that's fine. That's fine. That's how it should be. I know one of these two lanes merge, but it is not clear to me which merge and which do not. But like so Minecraft hardcore mode. Like in my world I'm in right now, I found this great seed. Like it's just beautiful. It's a nice looking seed. And anyways, what I promised myself not to do is you have to limit yourself. You have to limit yourself how you play the game. So the most overpowered enchantment in Minecraft is mending. The only problem is, mending is the reason it's overpowered is because it allows you to have infinite tools. You can have the most overpowered like armor set, and once you have mending, that armor your gear you never have to struggle to have more gear. You always have that one gear. But it is especially important for the elytra, which is your mode of transportation. Anyways, mending, you can't get it through regular enchanting. You have to get it from a book. But the problem is, librarian villagers trade for mending. It's so easy to get. Mending is so easy to get. And I'm personally of the opinion that doing that, it's exploitative. It ruins the game. It ruins the need for exploration. Once you get mending so easily, it's like, all right, fuck. Why explore? Why do anything? So what I've done is I made a promise to not do the mending exploit glitch. It's not a glitch, it's an exploit. It's something that should be patched but is not patched. It's something that it's a balancing exploit. It shouldn't be in the game, but it is. And I think they're gonna fix it. So that's why I'm not gonna do the exploit to get mending. And especially because once you have a mending book, you put that on your elytra, you can literally just travel around the end in Minecraft. Because in end cities, they have mending enchanted armor and tools and whatnot. And that is excellent because you can take that. For example, on this world I'm on, I haven't silk touched diamond pickaxe has mending. And that's fucking epic. And I got it from the End City. But like my brother, he does the glitch to get mending, the exploit. And I'm like, well, once you go to the End City and find all that gear with mending on it, well, it's really not that special, is it? Because you already have mending. Yeah. It's kind of like Skyrim. Like Skyrim, when I play Skyrim, I do not enchant. I don't do enchanting. The reason being is because enchanting ruins, because like it ruins the fun of like exploration, because part of the fun of exploration is getting gear at the chest at the end. But when you already have god armor, well then there's no point in trying to find there's no point in like anything, because no matter what you find, it will always be inferior to what you already have on. So it'll create like why do anything? Why struggle? Why explore that dungeon? Because you already have the god tier loot, god tier armor. Like I remember back when I was like 14, I used to be obsessed over trying to like get the most overpowered armor, weapons. In Skyrim, and there were speedruns to do it like right off the bat as soon as you skip Helgen and all whatnot. Yeah, I haven't even ate my cookie yet, bro. $8, not bad. But like I remember like doing all that stuff and getting god armor, you know, it's like cool. But like now, like damn, bro, I don't have an incentive to play the game, because like I don't. And here's what's interesting. I've never done a permadeath Skyrim playthrough. I've done it on Fallout 4 with the caveat that I did do power armor. And power armor kind of is cheating. So it's not, you know. But it would be fun to do it on Skyrim. I think I have done it on Skyrim actually. Permadeath playthrough. And the purpose of the permadeath is it like incentivizes you to like to actually take this. When you die, like it just kills the stake of trying to survive. Like why struggle for survival if death is not that big of a deal? You know? And here's another derailing, but like what's weird is like Minecraft. Okay, let me real quick just talk about my first experience with Minecraft. So, the first time I was ever exposed to Minecraft, it was December of 2011. I'm pretty sure it was December of 2011. Yeah. Or it might have been 2012. I'm not one of those two. Anyways. I saw this dude playing it, and it was one of those games that blew up at school. And this dude was playing it on his computer, but he had it projected on the big screen at band. We were in the percussion room, and he was showing it off, and I was like, damn, that is cool as fuck. What is that? It was like this open world, do whatever you want. He had this whole like cave and everything. I was like, damn, that's cool. What is that? Where is that? And then he's like, oh, it's Minecraft. It's so and so, whatever. Let me eat this cookie though. I want to get there and fill that. I want to get fed. And then I got the game on the phone. I didn't have a phone. It was an iPod. I got the game on the iPod, and I started playing it on that, and it was kind of cool. And I made my first little world. I just remember that little world. It was on Minecraft Lite. On the Lite version, it didn't save your world. So whatever you built would, you know, you wouldn't see it. The paid version does save your worlds. I remember I got the paid version. Like, damn, this is cool as fuck. I remember building like glass, and I remember building like a tower, gold like rooms in it, and I built like this huge glass thing. And then I got more advanced and I started building like. I remember I wanted there to be survival mode on the phone because I didn't have a computer. I couldn't really play that, and I used to like do all these. I remember when they added survival mode, survival mode gradually came out on the phone / iPod. It didn't come out immediately. It was gradual. I remember every update that made it more and more like the PC version. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, this is so cool. Hell yeah, I love this shit. I remember going to camping and all this stuff, and I'd be obsessed with Minecraft over anything else. I'd only be playing Minecraft on the phone and shit. It's kind of lame, but being out with my grandparents, dude, I kind of miss that. I wish I would have done more with them. Like in North Carolina and whatnot. Damn, this is so weird. I was like 12, 13, or 14. No, maybe younger. I think I was somewhere. It was somewhere in the late 10s, the late hundreds. No, it was for sure in the early 10s. What's weird is my mind is so skewed with like years. Like for example, 8th grade, I assume that to be 2013, but it was also 2014, and it gets a little complicated. Like for example, when I lived with Roger, my mom's boyfriend after my parents divorced, like right after they divorced, she started dating this dude named Roger. I'm trying to think. And that was the reason I had to move schools because of that too. But I'm trying to think like. When I lived with Roger, it was in the summer. I want to say it was like the end of 6th grade to the beginning of 7th grade. Or 8th grade, I'm sorry, 8th grade. It was the end of 7th grade to the beginning of 8th grade. That was when I lived with Roger. So that whole summer. But yeah. It was weird for me, like, because my whole life I lived at my house, my parents' house, and then they divorced. The house became, my whole life just went upside down. What the fuck are you doing, bro? I don't realize there's so many cars behind me. But yeah, it was just traumatic for me, man. But anyways, my first time Minecraft, I was playing on my family's computer in the computer room, and we only had one computer. And me and also had to take turns on it, you know. But I remember graves of death. I remember I was trying to figure out like how to build all these tools and whatnot, and like, also was like, oh, you need cobblestone. I'm like, okay, how the fuck do I get that? I was looking at the stone the stone that was there, and it didn't look like cobblestone. I didn't realize that cobblestone was the product of stone. I didn't realize that, but then I was like, oh, okay. And I remember I had like this little base. This was before I even had tools or anything, but there was like this little chicken there was a chicken in it. It was a base near like on like a pond. It was a tiniest. It was like a puddle, and I just had a little. It wasn't a base. It was just, I don't even know what was, but I remember far away there was an Enderman. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I looked at it, and then he started attacking me. And he killed me. And I built another base that was out of wood. It was just, you know, a little house, like a block. That's what it was. The first time I got really onto a Minecraft world, it was this this world with like an ocean. I remember there was a swamp, plain. There was big plains. There's swampland, and I built my base on top of this big cliff overlooking the ocean on this big hill, and like I built this huge house out of wood, and I made like a little mob catcher and everything. Oh yeah, I was so proud of it. It's like, oh yeah, it was ugly as fuck, but I thought like, oh yeah, this is cool as fuck. And I was using buckets of lava, and I got carried away with that, and then I think I put lava in the house. It didn't occur to me that it would catch on fire and the whole house burned down. Like, no. Minecraft is really just a base building game. You don't build a house, you build a base. Because the house is not going to look good. Because you got to store all your shit. But that was another world that I had vivid memories of. My brother had a world. And he built his house kind of like on a lake or on water level. Talking about these hills. He had a library on the outside of his base that he had connected to or whatever, and he had I remember his base, like, oh, that's a cool base, that looks cool. Like, that's how bases should look. And then later on when Minecraft came out on the Xbox, I built a base. That was when worlds were finite, I think. Anyways, I had a base. You know, I remember going to my friend's house, him showing me his Minecraft base. I'm like, damn, that is cool as fuck. The thing about my friend is like, we were friends with him, and then through us being friends, our parents became friends, and you know, it became that kind of thing where like kids are friends and the parents are friends. We had a good thing going on, but they had this really cool house, one of the newer houses. Because I lived in the older house. Like I said, my parents were one of the first to live out there. But my house was boring. Like my I remember my friend Wyatt. He lived in his 2-story house, but the house he lived in was an old 2-story house. It wasn't a new, it was an old 2-story house, because it was in the same neighborhood that my house was in, so it was old. It wasn't that impressive of a house. It was 2 stories, but it was just stairs. Like, it didn't have the extravagant stairs that like go down in front of the front parlor area, whatever you want to call it. Or like my other friend Parker. It's just interesting though. Like 2-story houses, like you think of them as being cool, but like he lived in a 2-story house, but it was basically a 1-story house because it really wasn't that cool. 2-story house is like Parker's house. That was a cool house. I kind of miss me his bass, and it was just fun showing each other's basses and whatnot on Xbox. God, I miss my friend Wyatt. We used to be good friends, and then he met a girl, and we just kind of split off. We went to different schools also, and that contributed to it. He was a fun guy to like be with, man. But and also another thing is that was my stage when I started becoming more like isolated. Like I stopped kind of being social and whatnot. I started like just doing like video games and sticking to myself, which is still how I am today, pretty much. I miss the times me and Wyatt and my brother we used to do the funnest shit together. God, I miss that. I really haven't had friends since, dude. That's what's weird. Like I really have not had friends. I don't have a friend or friends. I don't have my friend is Austin, my brother. But I don't have friends, man. It's kind of weird to think about, but I'm fine with it. I'm just so antisocial. Anyways, I keep getting off the main Minecraft subject. But yeah, I remember on the world that I had built on a cliff. What was interesting is like I remember I couldn't find my base, so I had like full set of iron armor and shit. And I had the whole inventory. I was wanting to bring it back to my base, but I couldn't find it. Like fuck, so I just dug all the way up and tried to. I built up all the way, like one block. I built like myself a little. You know, when you jump and place blocks to gain elevation. I did that, but I couldn't find Dickie McGee sacks. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I just committed suicide, jumped off, and that was that. You gotta have faith the car behind you is slowing down. Anyways, currently, same time every day. I'm willing to bet by the time I open this, it's gonna say like 50. Hell, I really don't even know. I really don't even know what the time of this is going to be when I open this, because it tells me the time how long I've been recording. I started recording roughly when I got in my car, so my brother's here. Oh, it's Labor Day, or it's his Labor Day. He didn't do college this year, which is so fucking disappointing. Because bro, you're wasting your life, man. You don't want to be like 50 and still taking classes. I mean, this is your escape from living with your parents at college. So what time is 58? Wow. So an hour. That's pretty much what it was last time. Shit.